You ever get the feeling the woods are hiding something from you? Not just some raccoon or old deer blind. I mean something deeper, older, and maybe even cursed. Well, down here in Southeast Texas, we've got a story that's been whispered through generations, passed around campfires and front porches like a family secret nobody wants to admit is true. It's the legend of the lost gold of the Big Thicket. And let me tell you, this isn't just some tall tale. This one's got history. It's got mystery. And according to some folks, it's got blood on it. Hey y'all, it's Kaylin, and welcome back to Tales from the Thicket. Today, we're digging into a story so famous it has lured people into the darkest parts of the woods for over 100 years. We're talking about lost pirate silver, outlaw gold, and a whole lot of folks who went looking for it and never came back. The story of the lost treasure isn't just one story. It's at least 3 distinct legends, all tangled together like cypress roots in a swamp. The oldest version begins with the pirate Jean Lafitte. After he was driven out of Galveston in the 1820s, legend says his men hauled chests of stolen Spanish silver up the Neches River, burying caches all along the way to hide it from the authorities. Some say they never came back for it, leaving millions in silver buried in the mud. Then there's the outlaw version. After the Civil War, the thicket was a perfect hiding place for men on the run. The notorious Sam Bass gang, famous for robbing trains, was rumored to have stashed their loot in these woods. They say they could ride into the thicket and vanish without a trace, leaving their stolen fortunes behind in a place no lawman would dare to follow. But the most persistent story, the one that feels the most real, is the tale of the lost Confederate gold. The story goes that a group of soldiers were transporting a payroll, gold coins intended for Confederate troops. Fearing an ambush, they buried the heavy chest in a secret spot, marking the trees so they could find it again. But in the chaos of the war, the soldiers were killed, and the secret of the location died with them. And then there's Frank Q. Dobbs. Back in the 1960s, when he was working for a Houston news station, he got the idea to make a film about this exact legend. He called it Legend of the Big Thicket. He grabbed some gear, got his co-workers to act in it, and marched right into the woods to bring the story to life. Only he never finished it. The project was abandoned. No music, no credits, no ending. Just an eerie, rough cut of people searching for treasure and slowly going mad. The film became a legend of its own. People who've seen the footage say there's something off about it, like the forest in those shots is watching the actors instead of the other way around. Now, I'm not saying the thicket cursed this film, but I'm not saying it didn't either. And I'm not saying the woods swallowed them whole, but there are folks who swear that something protects that treasure, like the land itself doesn't want it found. Strange things happen out there. Compasses spin in circles. Batteries die without warning. And there are stories of people hearing voices in the brush or seeing lights move through the trees. One man said he followed what looked like a lantern for hours, thinking he'd found another hiker. When he finally caught up to it, there was nothing. Nothing there but a rotted stump and the sound of breathing. Another said he heard whispering in the trees as he dug, and when he stopped, the whispering stopped too. But the second he lifted his shovel again, The voices started back up, only louder. So, is there gold buried out there? Maybe. But the thicket doesn't give up its secrets easily. And if you go out there looking for that treasure, you'd better be prepared to lose more than your weekend. Because if there's one thing folks around here have learned over the years, it's not the gold you should be afraid of. It's whatever's guarding it. All right, thicket walkers, now it's your turn. I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you believe the treasure is real? And if you found an old map, would you be brave enough to go looking for it? I think I would sit that one out. And of course, don't forget to keep an eye out for Ashroot. He's hiding somewhere in tonight's episode, watching over the thicket's secrets. First one to find him and post the timestamp gets a shout out. Thanks for joining me out here in the woods. This has been Tales from the Thicket with Kaylin. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss our next adventure, and it helps my channel grow. I'll see y'all next time, if the thicket lets us leave.